Ryan, and tell us what you got going on.
Well, good evening, and thank you for the opportunity to come back on and talk with you about this campaign for the Public Service Commission. And I like the way we were framing this discussion tonight, talking about our records and why we're running for these particular offices. And so for your listeners, my name is Ryan Brown, and I'm a Democratic candidate for the Mississippi Public Service Commission. And I believe that, the reason I'm running for this is because I believe that Mississippians deserve a public service commissioner who's going to continue fighting for them. And I believe that I'm the best candidate in this race who has a track record of delivering results for the people of Mississippi. Over the past 3 years, I have served as Deputy Commissioner for Commissioner Cecil Brown, who has decided not to seek a re-election this year. And he has been an incredible friend and mentor to me. And I'm excited about this opportunity to continue serving. So in my time with the commission, I have led on a number of fronts that I think would make me the best suited for this position. I've been at the decision-making table when we have saved the ratepayers of Mississippi $6 billion. Just imagine, think about that for a second. Just think about if the people of Mississippi were asked to fork over another $6 billion on their light bills. There's no way they could afford that. And so when I was at the decision-making table, I said, we're not going to force this cost onto the people of Mississippi. They can't do it. I have also led on an initiative to expand internet service and improve cell phone service across the state of Mississippi. Just think about if you're talking on the phone to somebody and you say, well, hey, hang on a second, let me call you right back. I'm about to hit that dead spot. And y'all don't know about these dead spots because y'all hit them and I hit them too. But this is also a public safety issue. Like if you think about it, I've had folks tell me that they've had family members of theirs who've gotten into car wrecks and they can't call 911 because they're on the side of the road, they don't have a phone service. And just think about if that was your child or your parent or something like that. I mean, how scared that you'd be for them that they can't do that. And so I took the lead on that to challenge over 33,000 times to the federal government to say what these companies are telling you is not right. And we're gonna do something about it, we're gonna put an end to this. And so because of the work that I did to raise awareness of this issue, the federal government opened an investigation into these companies. And so hopefully, if we're successful in this challenge, that we can draw down some federal dollars to either build new cell phone towers or to upgrade existing towers across the state of Mississippi to help close some of these gaps. Another initiative that I took a lead on at the commission was in terms of what can we at the commission do to make sure that our young people have opportunities to get a job in the state of Mississippi so they don't feel like they gotta move out of state to find a job. And the utility companies are everywhere. Just think about it, you got water, electric, gas, telecommunications. Every single community in the state of Mississippi has a utility job. And there's no reason that our young people can't find a job here in Mississippi. So I have traveled to every single college and university in the state of Mississippi, from the Tennessee state line to the Mississippi Gulf Coast, to ask the question about what are the utility companies doing to make sure that young folks can get a job in Mississippi. And the response that I got was not acceptable. And so the commission has now awarded the utility companies that every single year y'all are going to report to us, what are y'all doing to make sure that y'all are recruiting on these college campuses to keep our kids in Mississippi. Because if you think about it, you got kids and grandkids who are living off in Atlanta and New Orleans and everything like that. They're not here, and we can't grow our economy if they're growing the economies of Georgia and Louisiana. That's not an acceptable thing for us. So I'm excited about that work. On another level, that's just my 8 to 5 job. After that, my after hours job, I'm also the treasurer for the state Democratic Party. And the work that I've done there I used to joke that it was a pretty easy job when there was no money in the bank. But we got the ship corrected, and so the Mississippi Democratic Party is in much stronger financial shape today as a result of the work that I've been able to do than it was when I took over office. And it also got the attention of the Mike Espy campaign. Mike Espy asked me to serve as treasurer for his Senate race. So it's been an honor to work with Secretary Espy as treasurer of his Senate campaign. And on a little bit of a personal level, I was born and raised here in Jackson. I was born at Baptist Hospital down on State Street and lived off McDowell Road. And I was educated, and my mom was a public school teacher for JPS. My daddy was a Jackson police officer, was a Hinds County supervisor. Lake Wood Brown was my father. and have a degree from Jackson State University, and now teach at Jackson at Millsaps College. So I'm excited about the opportunities to keep Jackson thriving. And so I'm asking your listeners, when they head to the polls on Tuesday, August 6th in the Democratic primary, that they consider Ryan Brown for their Public Service Commissioner.
All right.
Mr. Brown, for those listening and may not know, what is a public service commissioner, and what are the types of things that they, on a day-to-day basis, will encounter that will help the citizens?
Sure. So the Public Service Commission is comprised of 3 commissioners representing different regions of the state. So you have a Northern District Commissioner, Central District Commissioner, and a Southern District Commissioner. And I'm running to be the Central District Commissioner. And the district in which I would represent goes all the way into the northwest part of the Delta, into Bolivar County, Washington County, covers the central part of the Hines, Madison, Rankin County areas, and all the way over into Meridian. So you got
Don't forget sunflower man.
And sunflower, definitely sunflower. Love me some Indianola. So the committee. Okay, I got you. That's right. I'll actually be heading up there this weekend, as a matter of fact. But the commission regulates utility companies. So whether that's your light bill, your gas bill, a little bit on the water side, a little bit on the telecommunications side, but we primarily handle electric and gas. And so the companies, let's say they want to build a new power plant or adjust rates some kind of way, they have to get the commission's approval to do it. So it's not like the commissioners walk into the office one day and say, yeah, I'm just going to set the rate at this, or I'm going to set it at that. You have to work with the companies to find a compromise. How is this going to be in the best interest of the people or for your customers? Because ultimately, they're being asked to take on the cost of this, and considering that the district that I'd be representing consists of some of the poorest counties in the state of Mississippi, just bearing that in mind, so just to give them a blanket approval on everything they're going to do, that's not acceptable. So we work with the companies to find the best solution that's going to be in the best interest of the ratepayers and for the state of Mississippi. And we just got to make sure that the companies are healthy, but we're not going to let them get wealthy. And that's a big distinction, to make sure that the companies are, because they hire an incredible amount of people in the state of Mississippi. I mean, you probably know somebody who works for Entergy or Atmos or something like that. And so that's what the commission does, to make sure that the people of Mississippi get the best result that's good for them and good for the state of Mississippi.